Welcome to Art Conspiracy. I'm Amy. I'm here today to talk to you about two things, two of my favorite things in the world, travel and art supplies. I am getting ready to go on a big trip, traveling from Chiang Mai, Thailand to America, to Seattle. And I'm excited. I'm a little nervous. In COVID times, it feels a lot more kind of sketchy, and I'm not quite sure what to expect, but I'm going for it. And anyway, I'm going armed with stuff to do at the airport because this trip is going to be pretty crazy. 36 hours, basically from door to door. I have 2 9-hour layovers in airports, in Bangkok Airport and in Seoul, Korea. So South Korea. So anyway, I want to share with you how I prep for that. That time, which can be awesome in airports and on airplanes. And you got to keep it really simple in airplanes in terms of what you can get out to work with. But in airports, especially if you have a lot of time, you got options and you got models. You got people laying around, sitting around for long periods of time. Anyway, so it can be very fun. I don't know what this trip will be like, but I'm coming prepared. So let me share with you what I'm going to bring. Just kind of fun to get ready. I actually have 2 different kits. I have sort of a kit that will be ready to go very quickly. And that is this kit. And I'll show you a little bit what's going to be in there. I've got pencil, simple pencil, eraser, pencil sharpener, ink, pen. I mean, that's pretty basic, right? And then for color, I've got 4 colors of marker with your basic colors. I've got a green, I've got a yellow, I've got a red, and I've got a blue. And that's sort of my just base colors. And I also have some colored pencil, which I use to layer on top of this. And I picked my 3 most often used: a bright kind of orange, a light sort of warm gray, and a blue. So that's the basics drawing stuff. And then I also have white tools. I have white marker, 2 different kinds of white marker. And then I have, my watercolor kit. This is my mini kit, which is a little, but it's potent. This is a wonderful mini kit that is great for quick watercolors. And I got to tell you though, this brush, show you how big this is. This is not going to cut it. No way. So even with my mini kit, I'm going to have a bigger brush handy as part of my sort of immediate kit. I also have these, which are wonderful. These are water brushes. You can see, and there's water inside. You just squeeze and it comes right out. And so you can actually paint with these. So these are good too. And I need a vessel for water, obviously. So I'm just going to have this little one with me. Tissues, because you've got to have tissues to blot your watercolor and so forth, and your brushes. Last but not least, actually goes with the drawing supplies, is my famous whiteout, which is my secret tool. Anybody who's taken any of my classes, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so that is kit 1. Oh, and then my spray bottle. Believe it or not, this is my most accessible kit. And then I'll show you what's in the backup. Okay, so I forgot to mention, you need a little vessel for water. And I'm just going to have this handy, but this is part of this really cool little stacking tray that I got here in Thailand. I love this. It comes apart, and then stacks. And so I'll have this handy, then it collapses smaller. So that's pretty easy to bring along. Okay, so my second level kit is sort of like lower down in my backpack. So I'm only going to get this when, like, I can't use this on the airplane, just that first kit. So this second kit is for if I have more time and space to spread out and I can do some longer, bigger work. So I've got more colors. I've got grays, I've got purple, I've got pink, I got some extra colors. I've got some extra colored pencils. I've just basically got a lot of backup. You know, a lot of it's the same stuff, but just more of it. So that's my secondary kit. And then of course I have much bigger watercolors, which I think I'm going to have in that second layer, second tier, ready to go. I notice I got my cheat sheets. You got to have these. These are so important. So that's in the second tier. And then also very important, little baby wipes. Baby wipes are really great for just, you know, basic cleanup that you're going to need. Okay, so that's it. And then let me switch gears for a second. Okay, so let me talk about paper. So for my first tier in my backpack, I'm going to have a little watercolor pad like this, which is great. Okay, and then I also have this little sketch pad just for drawing. So watercolor pad and sketch pad. I had thought about using this one, which is a really nice Canson, but it's a block, which is great, but I don't want to have to deal with cutting and like extracting the paper. Bring a razor blade on the airplane. No, that ain't going to happen. So reject. So this is the first tier. Little, accessible in the sort of the front of my backpack. And then when I have time and I can spread out and I'm going to use my full arsenal, then I'm going to switch to like this size, which again will fit in my backpack just fine. It's really not that big. So that is my second layer. And then here's some extra stuff. When you got 36 hours, you know, you need some tricks up your sleeve. So this is writing. So I'm not always drawing. Sometimes I'm writing, taking notes, writing down my thoughts. So I have a writing pad. Of course, I have a book. I'm reading this book. It's Patti Smith, M-Train, which my friend Joe Gorman gave me. And I started a couple times. For some reason, I kept getting distracted and I never finished it. It's one of those books you kind of got to pay attention. And anyway, it's beautiful. But this is my book for the airport. And then this is pretty cool. I'm doing embroidery. So I picked out my colors and I have my little sewing supplies. And I'm doing I have two different embroidery projects. Being very ambitious. This one is little dancers. They're called Apsara. And this represents Thailand. And they're going to be 3 different colors, their outfits and gold hats. And anyway, I'm really excited about this. I got all the colors picked out. That's where I'm coming from. And here's where I'm going. I'm going to do a little Space Needle. So that's it. That's my plan. And I want to show you too, all of these supplies, it seems like I got a lot of stuff, but literally they both fit. I have to eat my words on this, into these little tiny school boxes, pencil boxes, which I love these. So I'll have 2. And this one, again, this is my handy one. And then this is the second layer if I want to do more extensive stuff. And I love these boxes because you open them up, get the thick lids, and then you can spread out your supplies like that and lay them down. And you can also stack them. You want to carry them, you can just stack them like that. Carry them through the airport. Oh, okay. Anyway, so I just thought I'd share with you. That's my plan. Got all my supplies ready, and I'm going to have so much fun doing some art at the airport and on the airplane as much as possible. Hopefully, it won't be too crowded on the plane. I don't know. Don't know what to expect this trip, but I'm ready. And I'm going to try to just be in the moment and enjoy the transition, because when you're on a trip this long, if you're in a hurry to get to your destination, you are not going to have a good time. So I'm just going to sew, read, draw, And I will see you on the other side. Okay, that's it. Sawadee ka from Thailand. And bye from Art Conspiracy.